Okay, guys, mental preparation took me a while. We gotta talk. There is something I keep noticing lately. Maybe it's just me, maybe I'm overthinking, but I cannot unsee that. Hey guys, my name is Sai. Welcome back to my channel. Ooh. For some reason, I cannot unsee this pattern. It's like every time someone shares a real joy online, like truly happy, glowing, in love, alive, something heartbreaking follows. And not after months, sometimes right after, like clockwork. Not long ago, there was a story that completely shook me. There is a very famous TikToker in the United States. I'm not gonna mention her name. I'm not gonna invade her privacy. She's basically known for her mom content. She shared sweet moments with her family, funny routines, her life basically. And then the tragedy happened. Her 3-year-old son drowned in their pool. And can you imagine that? She had just given birth to another baby. She was going through postpartum and suddenly living every mother's worst nightmare. I cannot even imagine this. Grieving while mothering. And all of this happened in front of millions of people. She went quiet, and even though she didn't share that directly, the headlines did. The internet did. And it was just, overwhelming. I honestly cannot even imagine the weight of grieving your child while nursing your second baby and actually being watched while you do. That's just insane to me. And then there was the Wizard Liz, my favorite person on YouTube, a person who inspired millions of people to find their voice again, who's helped so many of us believe in our worth. She survived abuse. She had rebuilt herself from the ground up. She's incredibly beautiful and mesmerizing. She has actually helped me personally to overcome my ED. I'm honestly beyond grateful for her content, for sharing her personal experiences. So when she finally opened up about the love in her life, it honestly felt like a moment of strength. I thought that moment, oh my gosh, she finally found her soulmate. I thought, what a blessing. She was married, in love, building her future, posting this cute content on social media. It was so romantic, honestly. I couldn't stop but thinking, oh my gosh, there is 2 perfect couples in this world. Mine and the Wizard Liz's. But recently she shared a post on Insta saying that he apparently cheated on her. He secretly created a Snapchat account and basically messaged another girl, telling her that his relationship to Liz was fake, and he was also asking her to meet up, while publicly love bombing his pregnant wife. How about that? What an ass. I honestly didn't see it coming. I'm pretty sure she didn't either. It's hard enough to process a heartbreak in private, but to do it in front of millions, that's a whole another kind of strength. And I love her for it. I honestly would do the same. She didn't hide it, she shared it, because she lives what she preaches. And she has actually said so many times, if a man betrays me once, that's it. I'm done. I'm leaving. You're gone. And she actually meant it. My queen. Even pregnant, even heartbroken, she chose herself. And I honestly can only imagine what she's feeling right now, but I hope deeply the healing finds her quickly, that she comes out of this even more powerful than before, because if anyone can turn pain into power, it's her. She's already done it once, and I know she will again. I couldn't help but feel it personally, because when I love someone, I want to share it, and not for attention, but because it feels true, because it also feels like a miracle, and because I want to believe, like Liz, that celebrating something real doesn't make it any less real. And especially if you are a public figure that speaks about love, growth, healing, spirituality, not sharing almost feels off. People who follow you, they're not just followers. They're like family. And when you don't share, people start assuming. People start gossiping, sometimes building stories, rumors, wild theories. And honestly, sometimes sharing is not about showing off. It's about staying honest, staying close. That's also the price you have to pay for being a public figure. And there are so many women like Liz. Take Catherine from the Ace family, for example. They used to post this perfect looking moments, like family vlogs, sweet couple videos, their kids growing up. It felt like a dream life. But behind the scenes, things were falling apart. And there were cheating scandals, some public drama, messy breakups and stuff like that. Eventually they split, and I'm praying for this woman. She has finally found her peace. But it still makes you wonder, not in a judgmental way, not like, why do they post so much? No, it's not about that. It's like, does posting open something up? Does showing joy makes it more fragile? Like the moment you let the world in, it becomes theirs too. And when it breaks, you don't just feel the pain. You feel the echo, the commentary, the eyes. And that what gets me. Because I know that feeling of being so in love, so full of light, so happy that you just want to share it. And you do it, you post the picture, the content, whatever, and then something shifts. And you start asking yourself, was it too much? Did I just jinx it? And that's where this quiet fear creeps in. Call it a superstition, call it the evil eye, but it feels real and it makes you hesitate. Like maybe some things are just too sacred to show. Like maybe joy needs a boundary. And it actually makes sense even from a psychological point of view. When we share something that feels vulnerable, like love, joy, hope, our brain sees it as an open loop, and it's waiting for a safe and positive response to actually close that loop. But if instead we get judgment, our brain sees it as danger. That's why we feel like being open is risky, why we want to protect what matters most. Not because we're ashamed, but because it's sacred. And our minds are built to protect what's sacred. And it's not just about relationships. People feel this with their kids too. Some are terrified to post their kids, not just because of privacy, but because of something darker. Because internet isn't always a safe place. There are people that can misuse this kind of content. And even beyond that, sharing your child almost feels like handing over something that's so pure, so innocent, to a world that might not deserve it. And it's not fear-based, it's sacred-based. And yet, you guys, I still believe in love. I still believe in sharing because I'm the kind of person who feels deeply. When I post something, especially about someone I love, I don't do it to flex. I do it because it comes from the heart, because I want to freeze a moment, to celebrate it, to remember it, because I want people to feel it with me. Sometimes it overflows into words, pictures, or videos, but still, I get scared. I get scared from even when I'm sharing from a pure place, something might shift, that maybe the moment becomes too exposed, too fragile. I think that's where the question lives. How do we stay open and still feel safe? How do we share our lives without giving the soul of what we love? And the truth is, the pain will find us anyway, whether we post it or not. It happens to people who share and to those who don't. The only difference is when you share it, it feels louder and the world watches. So what do? I think maybe it's not about rules, like not don't post your partner or don't expose your life too much. Keep everything private. That's too black and white. Maybe it's just about not rushing, about remembering that not everything has to be proven to be real, about knowing the difference between celebration and exposure, because there is a way to be seen without being consumed, to live out loud without giving your whole soul away. And maybe the hardest, the most beautiful work is this: to trust that what's meant for you will find you. Whether it's quiet, whether it's shared, whether it's just yours or watched by millions. And it's not the post that protects you. It's not the post that ruins you. It's how rooted you are in what's real. Because the answer isn't silence. It's knowing what's yours. It's learning to hold joy without performing it. To feel deeply and still choose what stays sacred. And that's not hiding, that's self-trust. And in this world, that's power. Thank you so much, you guys, for watching this video, and I will see you in my next video. See you, Pookies. Mwah.